Hello and welcome to a special edition of our SCI Career Talks, where we display why it's great to collaborate and communicate. My special guests today are Christelle Beauvais, a recent graduate of our MI program here at Rutgers, and Beth Rizzotti, one of our extraordinary SCI mentors. And today we're just going to chronicle some of their journey in the SCI Links mentor program and talk about why it's been such a helpful program for both of them, both as a mentor and a mentee. So my first question to open up for both of you guys is, what really attracted you to the SCI Links mentor program? And I'll start with you, Christelle.
Okay, so my background was in finance, and I worked in a finance role. So when I decided to go for a master's in information, it was definitely like a new landscape for me. So I really wanted to kind of get matched up with a mentor so I can understand the skill sets and like some of like the ways that people have utilized that degree in that information space. So when I spoke to LD, she kind of told me about the program, and I know that from experience that mentors can help accelerate your growth in certain areas. So that's why I wanted to sign up for the program.
That's so awesome. And what about you, Beth? What made you want to become a mentor?
Yeah, so I had contacted the fabulous Sky career team a couple of years ago now because I was actually hiring and I wanted to take a peek at some of the great talent I knew was in the program there. And when I did that, Ildi shared with me the opportunity to kind of participate and pay it forward by joining the mentor program. And so I was game. And it's just a perfect time for me in my career to get involved in that way. And she promised me it would be fun, and it's been fabulous.
That is so lovely. Like, that is so much, like, that's just great to hear. And I'm glad to hear that both of you had fun. And the beautiful thing about mentorship is both the mentee and the mentor get something out of it. So I'm going to go right back to you, Beth. As a mentor, what did you feel like you got out of mentoring Christelle over the past couple of years?
So, Dion, I was thinking about this question before the call, and I came up with 3 Ps. Being a librarian, of course, you make organize a list. So, the first thing that's been really enlightening for me is it really gave me perspective. I mentioned that I was kind of at a good point in my career. I'll be honest with you both. When I was going to have my first meeting with Christelle, I was nervous because I was actually thinking, I've been so immersed in my own job and my own company, my own career. I wasn't positive I would really have anything that would be terribly valuable to share with Christelle, but it was a good perspective on my own value talking to students just coming out of the program. You realize you know more than you think you do. The second P I was thinking about was, it turned out to be a great chance for me to stay plugged in a way that I had not been before the mentor program. So Christelle mentioned before, I graduated from SCI with my MLS at a time when it was a much more traditional focus on library service. And the profession has changed and is continuing to change dramatically. And the options open to people in my profession have changed dramatically. So getting a window into that has been really valuable. Also seeing through Christelle current market conditions as she's out there job seeking. And then for me as a leader to be able to work with a younger generation of talent, to hear from Christelle, what is important to her as she's going into the job market, what are her expectations of a company and of a manager. This is the demographic I'm working with and hiring. So for me to really understand that from her perspective has been really instructive for me. And then finally, I mentioned before, just the chance to pay it forward. I graduated undergraduate and grad school from Rutgers. I'm an incredibly proud and grateful alum. And so what a great chance to give back a little bit.
So awesome. Yeah. What about you, Christelle? What did you get out of the program, and what do you really feel like you learned? And maybe what's the biggest piece of advice that you got from Beth that's really helped improve your career trajectory?
So Beth really helped me kind of understand what I bring to the table, because going from my traditional job to full-time, there was just a lot of like questions that I was navigating, and having built that relationship with Beth, I was very honest and open with her. So she definitely kind of allowed me to, like, she was like a listening board. Like I was able to just talk and like she'll listen. And then once like that was over and done with, then she actually kind of like allowed me to see things from her perspective as well, which was very helpful. And also, I think from an academic standpoint, Beth definitely helped me understand like, okay, like here's are the skill sets that we've been looking for. Here's how the my job specifically has evolved over time. So she's definitely has helped me select the concentration that I ended up with. At first, I was kind of like undecided. And as I spoke to Beth and I kind of like ran ideas by her, I ended up deciding on the data science concentration, which was more marketable than what I was traditionally going for, which was the TIM. So she kind of helped me made up like a lot of like my academic decision in terms of like the classes I was taking, like the concentration. From a professional standpoint, she just kind of gave me the courage to be bold. You know, like the thing is like I feel like our generation, we're very bold and we know what we're looking for. But when you're in that room with the people that you potentially are trying to sell yourself to, like that boldness sometimes like you don't feel comfortable like really showing them how bold you are. But she gave me the confidence to go into whatever interviews or whatever room and to really like make my presence known and felt. So that's one thing that she definitely helped me. Like Beth was like a confidence booster for me.
That's incredible. And two, I think from both of you, both as a mentor and a mentee, there was a lot of empowerment. Like that's
Yes.
really what I'm hearing. Like you guys really
Absolutely.
empowered each other. You know, it's kind of nerve-wracking. Like as a mentor, you're like, how valuable am I? And as a mentee,
Right.
you're trying to figure out where your value comes from. And it really sounds like over the past couple of years, you've just empowered each other and given each other so much confidence personally, professionally, academically. And I just think that's just so cool. And that's why I really love this program. And then two, I wanted to touch on something you said when I asked my first question is the fun side of it. You know, personally, I think that school can be fun, plugging in. You know, Beth, you said you're a proud Rutgers alum. And,
Yep.
you know, for both of you, and I'll hop back to you, Christelle, what was fun about this experience? Like, you know, did you really look forward to it? Did it put a smile on your face when you get like a text or email from Beth? Like, where did that joy come from in your time as a mentee?
I mean, I just think Beth's personality. She's very welcoming. And she shares a lot. Like I've had mentors in the past that have like been very professional and like very to the T, and like they don't really talk about their personal life. And I do feel like you do have to really form a relationship, like really formulate like trust at the beginning. And like getting to know Beth was just very easy, like from like a personal perspective. And I felt comfortable to open up to her about a lot of things. And I just think overall it's like for me, like I'm a people's person and Beth is a people's person. So that kind of like made it easy. I'm like, oh, I really like her, you know, like so I felt very comfortable. And at the beginning, we also had a third person join our session, which also kind of brought a different perspective and really allowed me to see Beth in a different light, you know, like because we both had different personalities as well. So just seeing her go back and forth and like really being able to integrate people who were just very different into a room definitely made me kind of like trust her very fast and really feel like, okay, like I can be myself. I don't have to bring a different version of me and I can be very open and honest. And I think having that environment allowed it to just be fun and like us be able to talk about things beyond just like the program.
Awesome. And what about you, Beth? Like what was joyous and fun for you as a mentor?
So this has been a blast. I mean, Christelle and I have exchanged, exercise programs and recipes, and I have a feeling we're coming up on the stage when her family grows shortly, where we'll be expanding, changing child rearing tips. But I do think that, one of the things that's true is that, you've got the academic piece and you've got the professional piece, and traditional mentorship programs focus on those two things, but those two things don't exist in a vacuum. And so you have your whole rest of your life. And when I was starting out, which is a long time ago now, there weren't that many, particularly in this case, female role models doing exactly what I thought I wanted to do in terms of work-life balance, in terms of, structuring a professional life that fit in with the same way I wanted to structure my home life. And so as I watch Christelle struggle with some of those same choices and decisions and everything else, it's really refreshing to be able at the other end of it. My last one will be graduating college now, to be able to just share some of those, not even the lessons learned, but just what are some of the things I thought about and decisions I made and what turned out well and what would I do differently now. And it's been enormously fun to go down that path. And as I said, I'm convinced I've learned at least as much as Christelle has from this relationship. So, and I don't expect that it's going to come to a conclusion. As I said, the SCI program officially was a 1-semester deal, but Christelle and I are just
Going strong.
We're going strong.
That is so awesome. And, I just wanted to say, thank you guys so much for participating in the program. Thank you so much for your time and your insight. And, Beth, you've been mentoring Christelle for quite a while now, but even in this short conversation, I felt like I learned so much from both of you guys. So yeah, just thank you so much. Christelle, congratulations on recently graduating.
Thank you.
Christelle will also shortly be a mother.
Yes.
So best of luck with the baby, with your family. Beth, once again, thank you and best of luck with your career moving forward. And as Beth said, we're always learning more. It's never too late to get a mentor. And even if you want to become a mentor, you have a lot to learn from the exceptional students in SCI. So thank you guys. Thank you for watching. And yeah, go Scarlet Knights. You guys take care.
Thank you.